I have been dream walking these last few days. I've had quite a few dreams. It's been wild. I had some peaceful dreams and some quite disturbing dreams. And I must say, for the first time in my life, I surrendered to the buzzing, you know, that sound that comes for you to paralyze you. And I was too tired to resist or fight or jump up and say, hell no. Instead, I went with it this time. And so, the fall did not happen. Instead, it was more like a stillness transportation to someplace else that I've been many times in this life and the others. This morning, I woke up and I was distraught, having seen 3 deaths on today, the 3rd of January. And for me, things always happen in threes when it comes to death. And I've never dealt with death very well because I'm one of those people that I just don't like to see my physical friends or family depart me for the other place. Even now that I understand, it is still very hard for me to say goodbye in any way, shape, or form. I rather not say goodbye. It feels too permanent, doesn't it? I'd rather say till later or something. But I saw a very malicious act in my dream this morning, and I won't talk about it here. But I had to go back, and I had to find some peace in that place, and I did. I slept well, and I awoke feeling peaceful and warm, and a waking dream that I brought back with me before I opened my eyes. I saw myself painting very intricately and peacefully an oak tree. And I was working on these 2 little limbs to the right side of the canvas, making sure that they were perfectly placed and that they looked natural. And I just kept painting those two limbs. And I liked the way the brush glided across the canvas that was painted under in yellows and oranges with some streaks of blue sky. The way the blackish brown paint was smooth and soft and easily manipulated to the parts of the canvas that my paintbrush was leading it. I like the flow of not trying to participate, but yet not move, to only be in the flow. I like the way that feels. Yesterday I had a dream. And I walked up into a flame. It was burning peacefully, like it was dancing to a song that nobody can hear. Not with physical ears, anyway. And the owl hoots. And I am utterly moved. This awakening of the ancient flame. It awakens and it breathes into the entirety of life. It exhales skeletons of the past. Remembrance comes. Like pictures moving with life. Yes. It remembers the exhaustion at the day's end and of the gaping wounds, those mortal wounds, the burning blood flowing from it to the earth below, to Mother. Mother, it remembers. Sweet Mother, she, the bearer, she, the provider, she, protector, she, the nourisher, she, and the nurturer, she. It pauses to taste the water. The watery fluid of its blood, but the sulfur stinks and burns its nostrils. But the water, that fluid so salty, sweet and black, the taste of the sea and of the earth, and yet of the sun. Again, it drips ever slowly and peacefully, without resistance, it drifts to the all. And again, opens its eyes partially and takes note of the air and the everything around. The trees growing up the high cliffs of her body, the stream flowing from her mouth with life toward the depths of her ocean not far. The sounds feel its flaps and echoes super sensitively, hearing the echoes of the ocean miles away. The sound of the waters pounding the belly of the mother like a diligent and magically skilled lover. Lover unto thyself, unto thyself. Blinking, it exhales fire and drool. Its jaws in need of moisture as it struggles to remember. It surely fades away, and an owl lands in the tree above. It's too weak to look up. The owl hoots. Fire again comes from its nostrils as the long exhale becomes a desperate attempt at air, the life breath of the Father. It remembers the loss and the screams and the maddening sound of the all. It desperately tries to hang on. As it exhales, soot and spark comes from its nostrils, and its blood flows yet again from its womb and is absorbed again by the black earth that cradles it. It gasps. It feels the last thump of its heart against its giant chest. Its claws release the dirt which they dug into, and its giant wings wrap around its massive red and black body, and its tears flow from its eyes as they fog over a gray-blue cloud that blankets the sun as it tucks him into the ground. His eyes. His eyes. The owl hoots again. The creature takes its last breath. It relaxes his fleshy and broken body into its permanent sleep. And again, the owl hoots. The hoot announces a transition. That wise old soul in the tree, he calls and the wind blows, and a wizard appears from the fog beyond the trees. He, with his wooden staff, adorned in gems and carved in ancient rune, standing at the foot of the mighty fire beast, He raises his hand, and the beast becomes ash. Ash and dust that sparks and shines and swirls far deep into the starry night before its descent. The dust reaches the wizard's hand, and the wizard collects and pours into a pouch, and then tucks the pouch into his belt. As he turns to nod at the owl, the four shapes shifting into a huge black raven with glowing green eyes, and takes off, disappearing into the wood. And again, the owl hoots. And I awoke. I'm not sure what all that meant, or any of the dreams. I'm still processing them all. But I wanted to share them with everybody. And I wanted to tell everybody that I love you, which you know I do. You know I love you. I'm so glad to share my cauldron fire with you. You who I know, you who I don't, and you who I will. Who loves you? Damn tootin'. I do. I love you. Merry meet, merry part, and you damn right, merry we meet again.